What's going on in this video of figure drawing dynamic poses? I've chose two poses from Pinterest. The first one being a guy in the perspective top down angle, and the second one being a Zoro pose. I know I've been getting requests to do the Zoro pose. I think I posted it one time before, and I never made a video of it. I just kind of just posted it as a picture, and I've been asked to do like an actual video of that pose. So I said, okay, well, let me just throw that in there. So I have that as the second pose. So with this one, I start out with the head first using the box shape method. Since it's the top down angle, I'm starting to use the squares for this. And a lot of times I like to use the squares for figuring out top down poses because it's kind of a easy way for me to kind of figure out the perspective of it. And it's kind of like I like to use shapes to, structure it out, figure out different perspectives and angles and things like that. So I started to use the squares with this. So I did the square for the head, the box shape for the torso, and also the box shape for the waist going down. You see, I'm just going through, drawing all the boxes, drawing the lines in. And I'm kind of just drawing it in 3D space. That's why it's always good to practice, drawing the box in 3D space. That way, when you draw different poses, and when you add in the chest and waist area, you can easily know how to draw those boxes in 3D space to, figure out the position of the body. So I add in a cylinder for the arm, circle for the elbow. And I'm just attaching everything to each limb until I draw it out. Sometimes I may draw the circle for the elbow first and then start to add in the cylinders, but this way it was easier for me to just draw it out as I went on. I'm adding the cylinder for the leg. Of course, it's the top down, so the leg is getting smaller as you go down. Adding in the foot, the cylinder for the other leg. You see, I'm adding it right on the other side of that center line. Getting that little bend. So the leg is bent upward. So he's kind of like walking a little bit. I guess you could say that this is a kind of a similar pose to, I think I've seen One Punch Man in this similar pose. I'm making a cylinder for the arm going up. You see, I didn't really focus on drawing the circle for the shoulder that much. I kind of just drew the circle for the shoulder lightly when I start to add in the rest of the parts of the arm, and I'll just eventually go back to that shoulder. So right now I'm dropping in the fist, outlining it out, so I know just how big it's going to be before I start to add the shapes for the fingers in there. So right now I'm going back and working in that other hand that's kind of on top of that shoulder, drawing some of the fingers. Can't really see too much of them, so I'm not really focused too much on drawing the cylinders for the fingers. I'm kind of just drawing it out just so you can see the fingers there. Now I'm darkening up some of the lines for the elbow. I mean, not the elbow, but the shoulder. I'm going up and I'm adding circles for the knuckles, which I normally do. If you see my videos before, I always like to add in those circles for the knuckles and then drop in the cylinders for the fingers as I'm going across. Adding in that thumb, parts of the palm of the hand. I'm kind of just working it in quickly. Kind of just going in and getting it done quickly and fast. That way it's done and you can kind of just be done with it. I'm just doing a rib cage just to add in a little something extra. That center line for the head. Now here's the Zoro pose that I've been requested to make an actual video of. And I think if you want to see the regular picture, you go into my post section and you'll see that picture that I drew. I think I drew that one on my iPad. And this one is the one I'll be drawing on my paper. So this one I'm using circles. I'm doing circles for the chest, circle for the midsection, and circle for the waist. But you see how I'm breaking it up because the body is bent, and the body is bent and it's twisted to the side. So the easiest way to do that is just draw the shapes connecting. the same way you see me doing there. And I'm also going to add some lines to kind of show some twists in there. Like where you see I added part of the lats right there that's connected to the shoulder. And I'm going to add in the center line where the spine is, just to add in a few more extra lines and kind of see a little bit more how to, add in those muscles and structures if you want to do that. I'm adding the cylinder for the arm, adding in the curve where the leg is going to go. And kind of just drawing it out, going down with it, making a little rough sketch, circle for the knee, and I'm just dropping in all the shapes as I go. Figuring out shapes is always the best ways to learn how to draw for shorten, and also in perspective, because you're seeing how these shapes look in 3D space to see how the body would look in 3D space, to kind of figure out and get the poses just right for what you're trying to do. Like a quick way to get your brain to figure it out. So when you start to place and add details to these poses, how to do it, because everything is pretty much laid out for you. Right, I'm adding in the handle for the sword, dropping the blade. Blade is pretty much straightforward. Get 2 lines out, connecting all the lines, darkening a little bit. I'm going back and working in the leg. Dropping the foot in. Adding in that little hand that's up top. You can't really see too much of it since the hand is fairly hidden by the other side. I'm adding in the handle for the sword. I'm pretty much just working the sword out. Adding in the blade. Coming down with it. Even though the blade is angled different in the reference, but these are easy fixes. When you're in this method, you're drawing the pose out, and after the pose is drawn out, then you can edit it, fine tune it, make your own adjustments to it. But this is merely just you're drawing it out just to get the rough idea out before you start to add details to make it either exactly like the reference or keep it like it is. It's all up to you. Now I'm adding in his third sword. It's right on the side, it's kind of sheathed in the side of his waist. Darkening that up, darkening some more lines. Just so I can, like I mentioned before, warming the finger up. I'm adding in some of those slightly twists to the midsection area, just to kind of show some more of the twist. Adding in some anatomy details, not that much, just enough to see what's going on. A little bit of slight back anatomy. Working some of the foot. But that's it for this video. If you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to hype it up, hit the like button, subscribe, and comment for anything else you want to see. Take care.